The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,226,596. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 23,498. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 7,155, with total confirmed deaths at 204. We anticipate those numbers to increase as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Rhiannon Churtanich. It's 4 p.m. on Wednesday, April 14th. California health officials are directing all counties and providers of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine to halt using the single-dose shot, while federal agencies examine a possible and rare side effect that can cause blood clots. Despite the pause, California Governor Gavin Newsom says it will not affect plans to start vaccinating all eligible adults in the state, ages 16 and up, beginning tomorrow. Newsom, who also received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, says the one-dose shot only accounts for about 4% of the state's current supply and said it should not impact the state's aggressive plan to vaccinate as many as 3 million people a week in order to fully reopen by June 15th. Officials are now working to switch about 8,800 people who had made Johnson & Johnson vaccine reservations through the MyTurn portal to get them an appointment for a Pfizer or Moderna shot. Those who did receive the J&J vaccine are being contacted by the healthcare provider who administered the shot to share updates on the recent developments of the J&J vaccine. Notifications are being sent by text and are asking recipients to keep an eye out for these rare side effects, including severe headache, abdominal pain, leg pain, or shortness of breath within 3 weeks following the vaccination, and should contact their healthcare provider should they experience any of those symptoms. Los Angeles County health officials will host a town hall meeting tonight and invites the community to attend to learn more about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The meeting begins at 6 p.m. as the county's public health director, Dr. Barbara Ferrer, moderates the conversation with Dr. Muntu Davis, the county's health officer, Dr. Paul Simon, the county's chief science officer, and Dr. Naman Shah, the associate chief of the county's healthcare unit. You can go to the county's YouTube channel at LA Public Health. Well, despite the pause on the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine, one pharmaceutical company announced they're on track to offer even more than initially planned while being ahead of schedule. Pfizer, which is the only vaccine approved to inoculate people as young as 16 years old, announced they've ramped up production and plan to deliver at least 10% more than previously agreed to the U.S. by the end of May. That means the company will deliver 220 million doses by the end of next month, 20 million more than anticipated, and supply the full 300 million agreed on by the end of July, which is actually 2 weeks earlier than promised. The U.S. also purchased 300 million doses from Moderna, which is also on track to be fully delivered by the end of July. Moderna officials say their vaccine still remains more than 90% effective for at least 6 months, citing preliminary results from its phase 3 trial. It may be another critical year for Southern California as 2 counties in the region have had little to no rain this season. According to the latest map released, both Los Angeles and Ventura counties were placed in the severe drought categories of the U.S. Drought Monitor. Since October 2020, Los Angeles has received less than 6 inches of rain, which is less than half of what is needed by this time of year. Last month, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced that he plans to hire about 1,400 extra seasonal firefighters ahead of what could be another major fire season. Well, as the state enters the second year of dry conditions, the U.S. Drought Monitor just listed more areas of the state that have moved into the higher levels of drought. And California Governor Gavin Newsom hopes to get ahead of the fire season. He approved $536 million in spending for wildfire prevention. Under this legislation, the state will focus on increasing forest and vegetation management, clearing fuel around rural homes, and retrofitting buildings in high-risk areas to help them survive fires. In January, Governor Newsom proposed appropriating $323 million early in the year for wildfire prevention, but increased funding to more than $500 million after negotiations with lawmakers. Now, with Newsom's signature, the state can start spending the money quickly instead of waiting until July 1st, the start of the new fiscal year, when the next state budget takes effect. The governor traveled to Lake Oroville in Butte County to sign the bill. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is changing their policy on how women can get access to a certain kind of prescription drug to help end an unwanted pregnancy, at least during the pandemic. This clears the way for women to get mifepristone, or the abortion pill, which has been available in the U.S. for the past 20 years. When taken with a hormone blocker called misoprostol, it constitutes the so-called abortion pill, and about 40% of all abortions in the U.S. are now being done through this medication rather than surgery. Mifepristone was only available in person by a medical provider, but that's now been put on hold as the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecologists says the in-person requirement is medically unnecessary and puts patients and medical staff at risk during the pandemic. The California Small Business COVID-19 Relief Grant Program is excited to announce the next round of funding is available to businesses and nonprofits in need of some financial assistance due to the economic impacts of the pandemic. Now, in its sixth round, applications will be accepted beginning April 28th through May 4th. Small businesses and nonprofit organizations in the state could qualify for amounts ranging from $5,000 up to $25,000. Now, funds are available based on annual gross revenues for the 2019 tax year. The Economic Resources Corporation will also be hosting a number of webinars to help walk you through the process and answer any questions you may have. The next one takes place this Friday at 12 p.m. You can go to economicresources.org to learn more or to sign up for the webinar. Now, if businesses have already applied and have been put on the wait list, they do not need to reapply as they will be automatically enrolled into round 6. To learn more, go to careliefgrant.com. The Southern California Gas Company is inviting Los Angeles County restaurants to apply for help through the state's Restaurants Care Resilience Fund. The application window is open through Sunday, April 18th. The California Restaurant Foundation's program was co-founded by the utility company. Qualifying restaurants can apply for a $3,500 grant to help them pay for expenses like payroll and hiring new employees. According to California Restaurant Foundation officials, the application should only take about 30 minutes to complete and was designed to make it as simple and easy as possible for applicants. This is part of the statewide effort between the energy companies and the foundation to help small restaurants who have struggled the most during the pandemic. In addition to the $3,500 grant, restaurants will receive 1 year of support services and resources to improve their business for the long term. Grants are available to single-unit restaurants with 50 or fewer employees. To qualify, the restaurant must be a SoCal customer, currently open, and have experienced revenue loss of at least 20% from 2019 to 2020. To learn more, go to restaurantscare.org. While many are breathing a sigh of relief with tomorrow's original tax deadline pushed another month, some are still under pressure to file in the next 24 hours. Even though the Internal Revenue Service extended the filing season to May 17th, those who earn incomes that are not subject to withholding, such as freelancers or gig workers, will need to submit by April 15th. To avoid penalties for underpaying estimated taxes, people who owe more than $1,000 in taxes after subtracting withholding and credits must pay the IRS at least 90% of the tax for the current year or 100% of the tax for the prior year, whichever is smaller. This tax is paid in 4 quarterly installments and can be sent to the IRS either online or with a check. Industry experts say because making estimated payments mean taxpayers need to know their income from the last year, this group likely won't be able to take advantage of the extended filing season. According to the IRS, the penalty for underpayments in the first and second quarters of 2021 is 3% for most taxpayers and 5% for large corporate underpayments. Infiniti car owners are being warned about a recall on certain new vehicles. The 2021 Q50 sedan and Q60 coupes are being recalled due to faulty engine management software causing the cars to stall. A total of 12,943 cars are affected by the problem. Infiniti officials say they will notify owners and ask them to bring in their cars for software programming updates to fix the problem at no cost. Owners who are concerned about the issue can contact the manufacturer at 1-800-662-6200 and reference recall number R20C5. Torrance City Council members met online last night virtually to discuss city business. The city honored several employees as they officially retire. Lisa Ladon was thanked for her service to the General Services Department after 36 years of commitment. Police officer Eric Applegate was honored for his 26 years of service to the Torrance Police Department. Police officer Kelly Stovall was also acknowledged for his 26 years of service to the Torrance Police Department as well. And the council also declared April 11th through the 17th Animal Care and Control Appreciation Week and the month of April Fair Housing Month in the city of Torrance. There was also an update on the city's COVID-19 response and recovery efforts as LA County moved into the less restrictive orange tier recently, which has allowed businesses to expand their reopening, including increased capacity and limited indoor dining. The Finance Department also hosted the first of a three-part budget overview with each of the sessions covering various city departments and their budgets. You can watch the first session presented last night along with other administrative matters on the agenda by catching replays of the full council meeting on our channel, on YouTube, as well as on our social media platforms. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community, pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. Neighbors can show how much they care for one another thanks to a new Be a Hero to a Neighbor program. Residents can go online to the city's website and print out this form, fill it out, and leave it for your neighbors to remind them of the city's return of the street sweeping parking enforcement, as citations will be written beginning Monday, April 19th. What a great way to stay connected to neighbors and to help avoid getting cited. Go to torranceca.gov/street sweeping. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. We'll see you here tomorrow as Ben McCain brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.